you.
What if?
You could actually take a lift to space.
Space. It's big, it's amazing, and without a massive rocket, it's really hard to get to. You certainly couldn't get a lift there.
Why not?
The world's biggest lift is only about 500 metres high.
And space is way higher. We were just up there, remember?
Oh, hang on. It looks like this lift does go to space.
Doors closing.
All right, though it doesn't exist yet, scientists have theorised about making what they call an orbital space elevator. It would need a cable 45,000 kilometres long. If you attached a massive counterweight swinging round in orbit on the end to hold the cable taut...
Like a giant space conker.
Indeed! You would then have a lift that could take you into space. But you'd need to be ready for a long journey.
Supermarket level.
It stops at the supermarket. That's cool.
Doors closing.
Well, actually, it will get a lot cooler than this. Space is freezing cold.
That's why he's got all those coats.
Doors closing.
Plus, there's no air to breathe, so you'd need a special spacesuit.
That supermarket has got everything.
Doors closing. Doors closing.
Who's that bloke?
OK, so you're heading to space in a lift. What would that be like? Well, in 5 minutes, you'd be higher than the world's tallest building. Then, about an hour later, you'd pass Mount Everest.
Oh, so much easier than walking up it.
10 minutes after that, you'd be up where aeroplanes fly.
Time to skydive. Or maybe not.
Doors closing.
After another 3 hours, you'd be near the top of the stratosphere at 41.5 kilometres up, which is where the world's highest ever skydiver jumped from.
Oh, that's who he was.
Up here, it's roughly minus 50 degrees Celsius.
That's colder than a polar bear's toenail.
Doors closing.
2 hours later, and you'd be approaching a big moment, something called the Kármán line, the official start of space. In fact, I think it's time for a question.
Bring it on.
How far is it to space? 50 kilometres, 100 kilometres, or 1,000 kilometres? Ready with your answer? It's generally agreed anything over 100 kilometres is space. And that's right about now.
Yes, we made it! Welcome to space. Where's he gone?
Well, just because you'd technically be in space doesn't mean you'd be weightless. In fact, you'd still weigh 97% of what you would on the ground. To feel weightless, you'd have to go all the way to geostationary orbit. Over the next day or so, you'd go through the aurora.
Ooh.
And then start passing satellites and, of course, people.
People?
The astronauts on the International Space Station.
Oh.
But I'm afraid you'd still have to go about 34,000 kilometres further before you're weightless, which at lift speed would take nearly 5 months.
Really? I don't think I could cope with the lift music for that long.
By now, you'd be 35,786 kilometres above the Earth. And after that long in a lift...
You would stink.
But the exciting thing is that you'd finally be in zero G. So, there you go. You'd have got the only lift into space.
Elevator going down. Doors closing.
Oh, someone get the door.
Not to worry, it should be back in a year.
So it seems to me that you could theoretically take a lift into space. It would take you high above the clouds. In about 10 hours, you'd be at the start of space. And if you could put up with 5 months of cold, loneliness and cheesy lift music, you'd be weightless.
Correct. Though sadly, for the foreseeable future, lifts can't do this.
That's a shame. But you can always take the stairs.